Right, so hello and welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé video on Arthur TV. Today we're back for part 5 of 27-year-old Brandon and his 26-year-old Russian fiancée Julia. So last time out we looked at Julia's pregnancy scare. After finally being allowed to sleep in the same room as each other, the pair continued to not use any form of birth control, meaning that when Julia suffered her first bout of morning sickness, they feared the worst. Brandon ran straight to his parents for help, but was told to take a test before making any decisions. Thankfully, the test came back negative, so their relationship seemed back on track. Today, however, with the wedding date edging ever closer, things are about to take a turn for the worse, as Julia begins questioning Brandon's commitment to the wedding, and an event outside their control leaves the pair with a big decision to make. But first up, it's time for Julia to go get her wedding dress.
You know what? Guess what we're gonna do this weekend?
What's that?
We're gonna go look at wedding dresses.
Wedding dresses. I'm so excited. I'd love to be part of that.
You're gonna go too?
Mothers always go with the daughters, and since
Yes,
her
I
mom
know.
can't be here,
Russian people go with best friend. And I have
Oh,
only
he's your best friend.
Yeah, it is gonna be a special thing for her. I do want her to go with somebody she'll feel comfortable, just so she doesn't have to go with a stranger.
I'm not a stranger.
Julia wanted her mum to go with her, but because of the pandemic, she wasn't able to fly to the US from Russia. Given how controlling Brandon's mum's been since Julia's arrival, you can see why she wouldn't want her to go in her mum's place. Like, she's going to want to pick the dress that's right for her, and you wouldn't really want someone there who's going to make you doubt your decision or try and pressure you into changing your mind. At the same time though, I feel like it was quite harsh of Julia to whisper to Brandon like that at the dinner table while she was talking. Like, at least let her down easy. Eventually though, Julia caved and let Betty come with them, but once they arrived, Brandon made sure to do some damage limitation.
Don't make faces, don't make comments about what you like. Try not to do that. Stay completely neutral, please.
Really?
Yeah.
But doesn't my
Don't, no.
opinion count?
You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Just, yeah.
Thank you for letting me know. I guess I'm a little taken back the fact that Brandon asked me not to voice my opinion. I was a little surprised about that. That just doesn't sound like Julia. That sounds more like Brandon.
I feel a little bit bad for Betty here, like she's never had a daughter to go dress shopping with, and now there's actually a chance for her to have that opportunity. She's been told she can't have an opinion. She took it so well, but she must be so deflated. She did, however, get the picture, and she was actually really reservedly supportive.
What do you think of it? This is like a mermaid here and it's fully beaded, and then she can adjust it and order it in her length for her.
It's beautiful.
Call mother.
Brandon, however, had absolutely zero interest in any of it.
Brandon, what kind you like more?
The last one.
Brandon, please more emoji because you like doll. You see it like, fine.
It's
Fine.
no, they're all nice.
I like more first.
Talk. Speak.
What?
Please stop.
What do you want? What
What do
you like?
you like? Talk about what you
I
like.
said what I liked.
This man is an idiot. How is he looking at Julia, who is way out of his league, especially personality-wise, stood there in a wedding dress and acting this disinterested? Like, he should be doing backflips out of pure excitement. It doesn't matter if he's not interested whatsoever in the wedding dress. He should be excited because she's excited. Look at how much she lights up just seeing herself in that wedding dress. She's meant to be the love of his life. His heart should be melting just seeing her that happy. If he can't show any interest in something that means this much to her in what is probably one of the most important dates of her life, what is the rest of the relationship going to be like?
No, I like all of them. I mean, they're all nice.
You don't like first?
No, I like the first one. I like all of them.
I know this happened.
I would have told you.
I know this happened. I say, Brandon, please. Don't say like, I like this. I like this too. I like this too.
Brandon, not like talk with me about what I want, how I feel, and him not happy about nothing, and like him not show me like what he want.
He was out of his element. He had no clue what to even try and do to help.
Jesus, you know it's bad when even Betty's criticizing Brandon. I'd actually be kind of embarrassed if I was her. Like, how did she raise this boy? It's not even that he's clueless, like, it's so immature that it's almost rude. Thankfully, Julia at least had Betty and her mum on FaceTime to hype her up. So, with the dress shopping done, next up was the wedding location. With Russian people traditionally getting married in churches and Julia wanting a traditional marriage, another really important part of the ceremony for her was picking the right one.
We look at church and I'm so happy because church very beautiful and this is look like my dreams and like big and have like place for walking and I'm so happy, I'm so excited, I married Brandon, I'm so lucky.
You know, sometimes I feel like she's so infatuated with the idea of getting married and the ceremony itself that it kind of masks the reality of who she's actually getting married to. I mean, I don't doubt that she loves Brandon, but he doesn't exactly inspire excitement about the whole thing, does he?
How many people are you expecting? Between 50 and 70, you say?
I'd say between 50 and 70. It's going to depend on what's going on in the world.
Oh, yeah, we're flexible.
Brandon, interesting.
we'll
How
have
you know
all-
about waiting?
All of your guests will be
You know how
seated
many
out
people?
here.
I guess him don't know about waiting. Nothing.
Well, this is the first time he's ever been engaged or had a chance
Okay,
to
second
talk
time you'll be
about-
fine.
about-
Ah, she's quick. I like it. You know, Brandon's mum is kind of taking the reins on the whole thing, but I don't even think it's her fault anymore. She's just kind of filling the void left by Brandon's disengaged indifference to it all. But it must just suck for Julia, because it must just feel like she's marrying Betty instead. And somehow, Brandon just keeps getting worse.
Is there a reason for May 9th?
9 is her favorite number.
Oh,
Brandon, no serious. Why we want this date?
Then you're
If
like,
you say I don't know, I go. Him write me a message, first message, and him write me, you look like my future wife this day.
that's great.
I reckon most of you will have only seen this once back when I did part 3 and they brought it up at the dinner table with Grandpa Joe, and I bet loads of you still remembered why she wanted it on the 9th. But they've discussed it so many times and he still can't remember. Like, this is literally the date of his own wedding and he can't remember why they chose it. It's ridiculous. It's also funny how literally his first ever message to Julia was talking about her being his future wife, and that's literally the most interest he's ever shown in actually marrying her.
I can't believe Brandon forget why important for me 9 May. And now I know Brandon doesn't matter about everything about waiting day. Waiting day very important for both of us. It's like not only my day. It's like he give me new problem every day.
It's one of those things that's not quite bad enough to call off an entire wedding on its own, but must just leave Julia feeling so depressed and lonely. Like a day you look forward to for your entire life, and that day finally comes, and the one person you're supposed to be sharing it with just couldn't care less. It's also kind of getting to the point where there are so many small things that they're kind of starting to add up a bit. Like him guilt-tripping her into working on the farm with the animals, him living at home with his parents, him repeatedly throwing her under the bus, putting the birth control responsibility entirely on her. Like, at what point do you go, no matter how much I've invested in this, it's just not worth putting up with this man-child anymore?
When I say Russia, I feel you won't marry me, you feel like you happy. Now I not feel this. I stop feeling you care. Not true.
So she does the adult thing and expresses exactly how she feels, giving him the chance to apologise and redeem himself. But does he? Absolutely not. Instead, he goes hyper-defensive and starts gaslighting her, like the self-centered 12-year-old he really is.
I didn't design this ceremony. I didn't say, you know what? Instead of people just signing documents, we should have a church. We should have music and a party. I never said that. This is just something people do. I'm sorry if it's not my favorite thing, but it's just...
Okay, don't go church, don't
No,
marry,
because
just
you-
sign.
Because you want this.
I don't want now.
Why?
I don't
No,
care.
yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't even lie. Yes, you do. If you didn't care, you wouldn't be crying about it right now, would you?
What a dick. I feel like calling him a child or saying he's immature lets him get away with way too much here. Like, this isn't just him being clueless or having the emotional intelligence of wet broccoli. This is him actively being nasty.
I'm here trying to make something happen for her. And while I'm willing to go the distance for her, to make things happen for her, I also can't fake who I am as a person. Even though I try, I can't make Julia happy, and we have 60 days to get married. Now, with coronavirus shutting everything down, there's not enough time to decide if it's worth dealing with that the rest of my life.
How's he starting this off saying that he's tried? She's given up everything for him. She gave up her home, her job, her family, and her life in Russia to come and be with him. And what, he can't act a bit excited at a dress and a church in return? You don't have to fake who you are as a person to just be a bit more excited about your wedding day. Plus, she literally changed from being a city girl to a farm girl for him. Also, deal with what for the rest of his life? Her getting excited about stuff and then being sad when he's disinterested. Julia is literally so unproblematic and compromises so much. This man has no idea how lucky he is. You know, this whole thing is a perfect example of the same mistakes so many people make on this show. You're meant to fall in love, spend several years figuring out whether you're right for each other or not, and then apply for the K1 visa. Then you have the full 90 days and all you have to do is get married. But so many couples use the 90 days as a sort of testing period to figure out if their relationship is going to work for the rest of their lives, and then are somehow surprised when it all comes crashing down shortly after. Well, if Brandon thought that 60 days wasn't enough, he is in for a shock. Because of the pandemic, the US basically stopped giving out immigrant visas and stopped giving out green cards. So if they decide to wait another 60 days to get married, Julia's green card could get rejected and she could have to go back to Russia. So they've basically been told that if they want to be sure that Julia will be allowed to stay, they have to get married now.
We definitely have our problems, but with this stuff happening, I either can let Julia go or attempt to go down this road with her, and I'm not ready to give Julia up yet.
I want just quickly this is finish and like process K1 finish.
Yeah, just want a green card.
Yes.
Given how much Julia has been talking about her dream of having a perfect wedding, the fact that she's willing to give that up too just shows how much she really wants this. Like all of the things we spoke about before that she's given up for Brandon, and she's now giving up literally one of the last things she has left. And still, Brandon seems like he just couldn't care less, and Julia is sick of it.
Okay, what you care about me? What you do for me? Maybe you need to ask your mother what you do for me? You not care about waiting, you not care about church.
I do care. Why do you say I don't care?
What do you do for waiting? You're not do nothing for waiting.
I know you see
Maybe
all
if
the negative, but you never see any of the positive.
How I see positive if you give me only negative? If you not care why we need waiting, maybe we don't need waiting.
And we don't.
Okay. If you don't need waiting, why I stay here? Why I come here? Why I stay with you? Why I live with you?
don't know,
If you
but I
don't
wish
need
you'd
waiting,
stop.
don't need waiting.
He's actually so weak, isn't he? She sat there like, it doesn't feel like you care at all, so why are we getting married? And rather than fighting for her or proving that he does care, he just says he doesn't know. It's like he doesn't know anything unless he's asked his mum first. Their relationship is already on the rocks 1 month in, and they've all of a sudden got days to figure out if they want to spend the rest of their lives together. It's tough to take a step back, but I think they need to call off the wedding and give it more time. I mean, if I was Julia, I'd be calling off the wedding anyway, but for good. Like, Brandon is barely mature enough for an adult relationship, let alone ready to be a husband. I don't know what she sees in him, but I think she could do a lot better. Love really makes you do crazy things, huh? Anyway, that is unfortunately all we have time for today. So next time out, we'll either be watching their last minute makeshift wedding take place or watching Julia pack her bags and potentially even calling it a day on the relationship. Either way, it's going to be a good one, so make sure you subscribe down below if you don't want to miss out. As always, the links to my Instagram, Twitter, and other social media will be down below, so feel free to drop me a follow to keep up with the channel, help me decide what future videos to make, or just say hi in between uploads. I'd also just like to give a really quick shout out to my Patreon supporters for supporting me and the channel over on Patreon. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.